Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Behind me in the dark is Souter Lighthouse. You won't be able to see it yet, but let's get into it. I've been waiting to take this shot for a long time. About 10 years ago I arrived in the same spot very early in the morning, only to have a car parked in front of the entrance. I was so pleased there was no visitors or vehicles today, so I made the most of it. I often include a pro tip in my videos, and today my top tip is to carry a small torch. I often use it to see the manual settings and buttons. Due to how dark it was, the autofocus wasn't locking on, so I manually focused these shots. So the first shot I've gone for, classic shot, straight down the driveway. Lighthouse at the end, really dark skies at the moment. It's probably another hour before the sun comes up. So we're in a bit of blue hour, but there's lots of cloud cover, so it's quite dark still. Just done a 30-second exposure. Just going to check it, make sure it's sharp. The composition, just very simple. See, leading line straight through the middle. Lighthouse balancing it out quite nicely, symmetrically on the back. Yeah, pleased with that one. So I've just gone for a 6x17 shot. You can see just lining up the foghorn here at the front with the lighthouse at the back. Yeah, just working my way around now, trying to get some different compositions. Still no sunrise yet, but hopefully it'll come. It's often said there's a fine line between genius and crazy. I'm not claiming to be either, you be the judge of that. So the lighthouse behind me is often taken from where we were earlier on, over the front side there, or from where we just were now, with the sea behind us looking up towards the lighthouse itself. What I'm going to capture is the lighthouse very small on one side and then looking out across the vast North Sea. There's nothing out there at the moment, so it should be a really simplistic shot. Very wide panorama, might go for like maybe a 3-shot panorama or something, and 6x17 format. We'll give it a go, see if it works out. If it's any good, here it is. I think it's safe to say that's done to death now. Next on the agenda for today, down by the coast here, let's get some coastline photography done. So we're just here now, right on the coast. All the way along you can see some little outcrops, little sea stacks. Tide's not massively big at the moment, it's going out, so just gonna have a quick kind of wander along here, staying on this side of the barrier. Have a look, see what we can find. Just show you the shot that I've kind of framed up. I love the makeup of these rocks. I love the kind of contrast that we're getting. Waves aren't massively high, but there's quite a lot of movement and drama in the water. So I'm just going to go for a bit of a slow shutter speed, see if we can slow it down, see what that looks like, and then try and play around a little bit with shutter speeds until we get something where we've still got a bit of drama, still got a bit of movement, but it looks a little bit more ethereal, quite a bit of contrast. Probably go for a square crop on this one, or maybe a 16:9. I'm not too sure about this composition. What I do like is the sea stack. I like the movement of the water. Not too much. I'd like more waves coming in, but we haven't got that today. And I like the juxtaposition between the movement of the water and the stillness of this rock pool here. So I'm using this sea stack here on the right hand side as a bit of a frame. We've got a little bit of interest here, a little bit of interest here, a bit of foreground in the rocks. I'll brighten it up a little bit. I can say I'm not too sure about this one, but we're just experimenting, we're just playing around, see what happens. We'll give it a go. If it's any good, here it is. I have to admit that I was wishing for a little bit of light or a bit of atmosphere. I could just visualise how it would look at sunrise with the waves crashing against the sea stacks. This was a good scouting trip though, and I'll be back at some point when the conditions might be more favourable. Hopefully it won't be another 10 years. So here I've gone for a little bit of a portrait orientation using this sea stack here as a main focal point. There's no sun, but there's quite a bit of mist, so the background just fades into nothing. Quite a bit of detail in the foreground here. Focus point in the centre of the frame. Been playing around with the shutter speeds a little bit. I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to capture some of the movement in the water or kind of wash it out altogether. It's quite dark, so I don't need any filters, anything like that. I can play around with the shutter speed and it just simply adjusts how much detail we're getting from the water. Not a bad composition. Might take a little bit of a walk further along, see what else we can see. I hadn't even noticed the kind of hole in the centre here. Really like that. It's a shame there's no waves crashing against it in the background so we can see through. Not sure whether I want to take an image of it or not, so I will. No sign of the sun this morning. Kind of expected it. This is the whole point. Come out anyway. Try and make the most of what you can do. And then when the conditions are right, you'll be well tuned, well practiced, and you'll get some great shots. That's me getting my excuses in for these photographs today. I don't mind, honestly. It's lovely being out nice and quiet. So I've ditched the tripod. A little bit more light now, so I've gone into aperture priority mode. Set the ISO to auto. I'm just kind of having a look around, different compositions, lots of things on the rocks here. A little bit of wave movement, but not much. There's a small sailing boat out here, I don't know if you can see it. Spotted it earlier on. A little bit concerning because it was out in the dark in the sea. Braver people than I. So I think that's a wrap. Really nice to be out and about as usual. If you enjoyed this one, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. And until next time, take care. Bye for now. Where did I leave that tripod?